Hello, everyone. I thought I would share my carrot cake recipe with you guys if anyone is interested in making it. So, the first thing I had to do was prepare some of my ingredients. And so I grated fresh carrots, and this is 2.5 cups. And I also got a cup of raisins, and I am soaking them in Southern Comfort because I didn't have rum or brandy, but Southern Comfort's very sweet. And you can see already they've only been in here a couple of hours and they're starting to really plump up. So I've got those soaking. But before I use them, I will drain them really good and pat them dry because I don't want to put all that alcohol in the cake. So we've got a cup of soaked raisins, 2.5 cups of shredded or grated carrot, and then this is a cup of chopped pecans. And I got out my cast iron skillet and I put a pat of butter in there. And on medium heat, I toasted these, just like 3 minutes. Toasted them around in the butter and put just a sprinkle of kosher salt on them. And you can tell when they're done because they darken in color and they smell real toasty and nutty and delicious. So those have been toasted. So those ingredients required a little bit of preparation, but I got them ready. And to go with that, we're having a half a cup of vegetable oil, a cup of granulated sugar, and a cup of brown sugar, 2 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup or 2.5 sticks of unsalted sweet cream butter, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm using McCormick vanilla. I prefer the Watkins vanilla, but this is what I've got. But I have a wonderful pumpkin pie spice that I'm trying for the first time from Trader Joe's. So over here I have 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1 teaspoon of apple pie spice, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Also want 3 eggs. Okay, so it works best if all of these ingredients you let them sit out a little bit. That's why I've got time to do this video here because I'm letting all my ingredients sit out and get room temperature. So you let it sit out for an hour or two and get room temperature, and then preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So the first thing you do is you cream together the soft butter and those two sugars. So you'll mix your brown sugar with your white sugar, and then you'll mix in all your butter with an electric mixer. Then, while you set that to the side, you put together all your dry ingredients. So you're going to want to add all of your seasonings and your baking soda and salt to your flour and sift those all together really nicely. And then you're going to add the eggs, vanilla, and oil. So the oil, the vanilla, and an egg one at a time. You're going to add to your sugar butter mixture, and you're going to beat that on high for 3 minutes until it lightens in color and gets fluffy. Then you're going to incorporate the dry ingredients, which is the flour and all the seasonings and salt and baking soda that you've sifted together. And you don't want to beat it, you just want to stir it in by hand. Make sure it's thoroughly incorporated, but you don't want a tough cake, so just don't beat it with the mixer. And then you'll fold in these three fruits and nuts, the carrots, the raisins, and the pecans into the final mix. It'll be really thick. You spread it in your prepared pan, which is you're going to want to butter that pan and then cut out a piece of the nonstick parchment to fit the bottom and then butter that again. I'm going to be making a kind of a larger rectangle pan, or you can make two smaller pans with this much batter. So you put that in your prepared pan and you bake it at 350 degrees for 1 hour. There's a lot of like pre-work with the ingredients, with grinding carrots and toasting pecans and all that, but I think it's really going to be worth it. There's also a very rich, sweet, decadent cream cheese frosting that goes with this cake, but I'm choosing to present it with just a powdered sugar on top because I feel like this cake will stand on its own without the delicious trademark cream cheese frosting, which is always a little bit too sweet for me. So I hope you give this a go. Um, it's really not a difficult recipe. It just takes a little bit of prep. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be sure and let you guys know how the cake turns out. Happy Thanksgiving!